Hi, what's up? This is the NFL podcast here, by you with news. We're here to talk about the NFL and how we've been doing in NFL and what they've been doing, like these trades that have been happening, and the stuff that's been happening.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest trades was probably when the Eagles got AJ Brown. I was shocked when I saw that, when Hollywood Brown went to the Cardinals for the trade that pick. It was crazy.
Yeah, like I was pretty happy about the pick where Devontae Adams went to the Raiders,
Yeah.
and Juju left the Steelers and went to the Chiefs.
Let's talk about Week 1 for your Steelers. I'm a Bengal fan.
Yeah.
See, the Steelers are probably gonna start Mitch Trubisky for Week 1, and
Yeah.
they're playing the Bengals. All right.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is way better than Mitch Trubisky. Steelers got better defense.
Steelers have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and they're still building to their defense.
I know, but Bengals, I think they're gonna win Week 1. I think Bengals are gonna go 1-0. I think the Steelers are.
It's possible that the Steelers could win it, but it's not unlikely.
Yeah.
We've never really seen the Steelers blow kids out in Week 1, unless you're talking about the COVID year, which was just they blew kids out Week 1 and then did good, and then did bad after Week 11. As soon as they got into the playoffs, they started doing bad, and I wouldn't say that's what the Steelers are known for doing. It's just like what they do, and people, I think, like we need to do that as Steelers fans. And like you're gonna say that you are a Bengals fan, and Bengals are good. Don't get me wrong, I do like Bengals, but Bengals, their playbook doesn't really match their teams, and like the players they have, like McPherson, he
That kicker, man.
he's a really good kicker, but sometimes he fails the kicks, and sometimes we all know that the Bengals the Bengals are like the Steelers in 2016 Steelers, and they're a very, very antique team,
Yeah, but who's better, Joe Mixon or Le'Veon Bell on the Steelers?
Le'Veon Bell.
Probably, for sure. Le'Veon Bell all time.
Yeah, but he got that money stuff, and his career went downhill after that.
Where do you think Antonio Brown would go?
I think Antonio Brown should. He's not coming back to the Steelers. We know that.
He's not coming.
Yeah, let's face the fact. Okay, I honestly think Antonio Brown should play for the Cardinals or the Bills or somebody he could stand ground weight, got a good quarterback. But then he already had a good quarterback. He had a good team. But he decided to leave the Steelers. He decided to leave the Patriots. He decided to leave the Raiders and the Buccaneers, And that's his problem. He leaves every team that he has. And he was probably one of the best receivers in that time, around 2007, 2018, 2019, because 2019 he got that Madden cover. He thought, I'm the best. I don't think I owe this organization anything else. I don't think I owe this organization what they think they need to know.
I think Patrick Mahomes is going to end up being better than Tom Brady. And I think Peyton Manning's in the GOAT conversation. I think Peyton Manning's actually better than Tom Brady all the time. Because Tom Brady never gets hurt. You know why? Because he had the best line his whole year. He never gets hurt. Like, every year, he always has a good O-line. All he gets to do is just stand back there and sit in the pocket.
You can't talk smack about Brady.
Yeah, I can.
He was the 4th, 5th, 6th round pick in the draft. You got to understand that. He might have even been the 7th round pick. But he was one of the last draft picks in his draft and started. He started from the bottom and went up. And he Bledsoe, the dude who was
Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, he played for he was playing for the Patriots at the time, and he got pushed out by Brady because Brady was doing so good, and Brady is a Patriots phenomenon. The Patriots wouldn't be the Patriots without Tom Brady.
That's only because the O-line, Johnny.
But Belichick knows it wasn't Brady's fault. It was Belichick's fault about that O-line. Belichick knows that he needs an O-line to start these bases and to have. He has good quarterbacks. You know what I mean?
Mac Jones isn't that good.
But he could be good. But he could be good.
But he choked in the wild card.
But Brady choked. What you gotta understand is Brady has choked many times before, but is the best NFL quarterback, and you can't say that he's not.
No, I think Mahomes is better.
Mahomes was good. He was really, really good. I'm gonna sit here. I'm not gonna say that. But Brady, his arm and its accuracy, Brady didn't even have the running aspect. You know what I mean? And Mahomes does have the running aspect, and I think Mahomes is the best quarterback of the generation.
But
like you're trying to say.
But I think Ben Roethlisberger. I think Joe Burrow might be better than Patrick Mahomes in the future, but Justin Herbert's not better than Joe Burrow. No. I hate when people say that. Joe Burrow is better than Justin Herbert.
We haven't seen the potential that Justin Herbert can have with all these different team members, bro. We're gonna see that this year. And Joe Burrow built the team. He basically built the team, and I think he's a good commander-chief. He's a good quarterback, but there's better quarterbacks that could be better commander-chiefs than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is the player. He's a sensational player. He's a really good player, but he doesn't have that aspect where I'm going to win a Super Bowl, you know? He doesn't have that aspect. There's other players. There's other, like Matt Stafford. He
sucks.
Hold on, no. Matt Stafford, you can't say he sucks.
He's
because
bad.
He won a Super Bowl.
No. It's only because Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp is good, but who threw the ball to Cooper Kupp?
Matthew Stafford.
Okay, then. Okay. And those were some tough passes he had to throw. Am I correct?
No.
No. Carson, he burnt Eli Apple, but those were tough passes. And I know that those are tough passes. And I know that he could lead this team to the top of the NFL. It's one of the things he could do. That's what he does. I think that Matt Stafford was underrated when he got to NFL. Because unlike it, Matt Stafford, didn't Matt Stafford go to Michigan?
No, he went to Georgia State University.
Oh yeah, he went to Georgia. But anyways, who did you think Matt Stafford for 1 second was going to be the best quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, him and Calvin Johnson. They should have went to the playoffs so many more times. But Matthew Stafford.
But Calvin Johnson was old.
He wasn't that old. No.
Johnson's been playing since he was playing at that point since 2007.
I know, but Johnson, Matthew Stafford got drafted in 2009. Jonathan.
Okay. Matt Stafford just led his team to a Super Bowl, which is telling us that he could take it to one of the best teams in the league.
It's just because of defense.
It's not just because of the defense.
Okay. How we get to something new? How about this generation? Josh Allen's better than Patrick Mahomes. I know I said earlier that Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, but I think Josh Allen's honestly a little bit better than Tom Brady.
Josh Allen, he's good
great.
Quarterback. Some people would argue and say he's a great quarterback. I think great quarterbacks are commander chiefs. And
he's a commander.
And hold on. Am I wrong? Didn't his team lead him to the semifinals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got them to the divisional. Yeah.
Okay. It was the divisional, right? Yeah. So he led his team to the divisional.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good quarterback. That's a good quarterback. But what wasn't the Bills' defense a force to be reckoned with?
It wasn't that good.
It was
their defense didn't play good.
Okay. Josh Allen was a really he's a good quarterback, but you can't put somebody into the GOAT debate unless they've won a ring.
Okay, well,
it doesn't even have to be multiple rings. It just has to be one.
It's going to happen this year, so he could be in the GOAT conversation.
It could happen.
It is going to happen.
It's not likely. It could happen, but it's not likely.
It's either this year or next year.
Okay.
But here's the one thing. Josh Allen has a heck of an arm. He can't fumble. Like, seriously, can't fumble. See, Lamar Jackson's bad. Because all he does is run. He needs to start passing the ball more, and his accuracy's horrible.
But they're not. But is he open? Carson, I know you heard me say this saying before. What do I always say? What do I say?
What do you say?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it's not broke, do you want to fix that? He has an arm. He has an arm, but he does not need to use his arm. He doesn't need to because it's not broken, so he doesn't have to fix it.
Lamar Jackson just needs to wait till he gets hit hard. And here's another thing I just want to say about the Colts. I'm changing the subject a lot here, but Julio Jones wants to go to the Colts to play with Matt Ryan. I think that would be really good. I think the Titans won't even be in the playoffs next year. I think the Colts will win the division and get into the playoffs.
See, you're underestimating Ryan. Hold on. But what? Malik Willis is coming to the league.
He's bad.
You're saying Malik Willis from Liberty is bad.
He's a third-round pick. Jonathan.
Because he was hurt.
What do you mean he was hurt?
He was hurt. Bro, hold on. Also.
He was hurt?
Yeah, hold on, bro. Let me say this, bro. You can't. Has he made it to the league yet? He's in the league, but have we seen him play yet in the league?
No.
He could be so much better than we think he is. And he has a build around. Look, he has Derrick Henry. He has the best running back in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real.
Jonathan Taylor's better.
We'll get into that another time. But he has Derrick Henry, a freak of nature. They literally he's glitched. Like he's insane. Mm-hmm. He's a 240-pound running back, okay? He's insane. 230, 240-pound running back. Then you got Malik Willis, Derrick Henry, you got Julio. Julio wants to leave, but he's gonna like this team. I'm telling you, he's gonna like this team. Then you got
Julio already got released.
They're building. Yeah. He got released, but they're building. What I'm trying to say is they're building. They're building their defense. They're building everything. And I'm saying that these Bills and these Titans, I think these Titans could take it far in this league right now, bro. I think they could take it far because a rushing running back goes a long way. You've seen what Najee has done in the league.
Because that's okay, but listen, here's one thing. I need to discuss something about how he played in college. They went 8-8, all right? Okay. I'm pretty sure something like that. All right, and they play teams that aren't that good. And you know how Kenny Pickett and the Pitt Panthers, they crushed Syracuse?
Yeah.
They lost to Syracuse. That's not good, John. I mean,
but hold on. Listen. Syracuse. Kenny, I love Pitt. I'm a Pittsburghian. I just love Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
They had Kenny Pickett, Addison. They had a good O-line, and don't tell me they didn't because they had a good O-line.
Their O-line wasn't that good.
They had a good O-line. They had an O-line could he get good passes off to Jordan Addison? Mm-hmm. Okay then, that's a good O-line.
And their defense wasn't that good.
Kenny Pickett had a freaking rushing touchdown against
the
Wake
fake
Forest.
slide, yeah.
But I'm saying that Syracuse got beat by them because Syracuse underestimated Kenny Pickett, how good Kenny Pickett was. Kenny Pickett was a freak of nature that season.
No, it's because Syracuse has always been bad. They're not even ranked.
Yeah, but I think that Malik Willis' speed wasn't good enough to beat that defense. I don't think it was. Now, if we're gonna talk about on the aspect of the NFL, the college football is way different than the NFL football.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's different. It's just different.
It's way different. There's a lot of players that did bad in college football that could be great in NFL football. There's a lot of players that could have done good in NFL football that did better in college football.
And you could just see Malik Willis, his face and his reaction not getting drafted by the Steelers because he thought he was. And then, the Falcons, who'd they get? Desmond Ridder? I think he's the quarterback from Cincinnati. Got that team to the playoffs, bro.
Well, Malik Willis didn't really fit the Steelers' playbook that well, man. But Kenny Pickett does. Kenny Pickett knows Pittsburgh like the back of his head. Yeah. He's been playing for Pitt he played for Pitt for 4 years. And he was great there.
I think Desmond Ritter's better than Malik Willis. Now, hear me out. Malik Willis can run. His arm, I feel like he's got to be like Jameis Winston. He has bad vision. He's got to overthrow it. Kenny Pickett's going to turn out really good. I didn't expect him getting drafted. I thought he was going to get drafted earlier. Now, Desmond Ritter's good. The Giants, they're drafting. You know, they got Kayvon Thibodeau, Evan Neal.
But see, the Giants, they got a Detroit, man. Detroit's going to be a problem.
Yeah,
Detroit's
Aiden
Aiden Hutchinson, they got freaking the fastest receiver. They got Jamison Williams, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's risky because he tore his ACL.
I know, but he's the freaking fastest receiver in the NFL, and he might,
draft.
he might be the fastest receiver in the NFL for all we know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think when you compare him to Tyreek Hill, you don't really look at the speed with Tyreek Hill. A lot of people think it's just the speed with Tyreek Hill. It's his footwork. Tyreek Hill's footwork is what makes him one of the greatest receivers in the NFL. And you can't doubt that because he's already proven it to the point where you can't doubt it.
I like that observation, but Jacksonville, when I saw them pick Trayvon Walker with the first pick, I was shocked. I expected Aiden Hutchinson to do it. Trayvon Walker had 6 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson had way more than that. So I think Aiden Hutchinson's got to turn out to be way better than Trayvon Walker. Jacksonville, they should have got Aiden Hutchinson, but
if they might have not fit his defense, their defense, Detroit really doesn't have a defense. They don't really have a defense. They've always focused on offense. And, what they're trying to focus on, I think, the Detroit needs to focus on a good defense. Because their offense, they need to build their offense. It's not a bad offense. They just need to build the offense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, because, I think it was dumb of the Steelers to underestimate Detroit because they tied in Detroit, which kind of ruined their record.
Rudolph.
Yeah, we could have.
But you want to go?
You can go.
Okay. So I heard there's rumors that Ben Roethlisberger. There's rumors that he wanted to play this year, but the Steelers forced him to retire, and Ben's mad at them right now.
If the Steelers forced him to retire, he could have just went to another team. I know he's been with the Steelers for a very long time, and he probably doesn't want to leave because the Steelers are like that's what he's been with for his whole career. But he's not. But there's other teams that could want him.
No other team's gonna want Ben Roethlisberger, Jonathan.
He is dried out. And even if we don't probably want him because he's kind of washed. He's dried out. Like
he is.
And we got Kenny Pickett, and Kenny Pickett's like a younger version of Big Ben. He's a younger version of him and could scramble the ball well, and he's got that arm throwing on accuracy, which is one of the best things of quarterback, man.
All right. Our last thing to talk about is... Actually, we'll do 2 more things. How about we'll talk about Christian McCaffrey right now.
Okay.
He's washed. He's getting injured too much. He's getting
He doesn't
injured.
he doesn't have a good offensive line.
Yeah, but he keeps pulling muscles and stuff. He must be...
He stretches, though.
Yeah.
But it's just not really going in his favor, that offensive line. After a bunch of times, you just can't do it anymore, But if he went to another team, he'd be great.
Yeah, he would be good.
Yeah, because he's fast. He could stiff arm, truck, do whatever they need. Not really that good at trucking, but he could do it well enough for another team. He could do it. He's just a good running back, and he's always been that way.
Jonathan Taylor or Christian McCaffrey?
This year?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry this year?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry barely played. Why are you picking him?
Because Derrick Henry's the best running back in the NFL. He's what you need from a running back.
Jonathan Taylor's better than Derrick Henry this year, and
But-
I think Jonathan Taylor is better than Derrick Henry.
But he's a power back. Derrick Henry's a power back, and a lot of teams in the NFL need a power back. He's always been that way. He comes from a well-respected school too. He comes from Alabama. You know,
Through Najee one.
they don't take bad running backs. Is what I'm trying to say. They don't take bad running backs. Look at Najee, man.
He's the next Derrick Henry, except he's got to be faster.
Yeah, Najee's fast as heck. He's fast, and it's good. It's good. And this conversation, I think this conversation I'm gonna have. This is really good. Do you think Derek Carr could lead a team?
No. Derek Carr. No, don't even get me started. No.
But you see what
Derek
he did
Carr
with
is
but he did good with the Raiders.
Because Darren Waller.
Darren Waller's a beast. He was a freak of nature. But he was good. He's really good. He's a good. I think Madden. They do good receivers and stuff. But they don't really. He got a 99 overall card. Like he got a golden ticket card in Madden.
Yeah, but that's Madden. That's a video game.
And
He's got an
arm. He's got an arm.
Yeah, but I feel like every quarterback has an arm.
Not every quarterback.
Name me a quarterback that doesn't have an arm.
Haskins didn't really have an arm.
Haskins had an arm. He had
In
an arm.
college.
R.I.P. Dwayne Haskins, but he had an arm.
Yeah.
He had an arm. I think you're wrong. No. He didn't.
But that was college football.
I know.
It's a college arm,
I'm talking
not
about
an
NFL. I'm talking about NFL here. Dwayne Haskins only threw short passes in Washington because none of them could catch the ball with the deep receivers, and they were never open, so he had to do short passes.
I mean, a good arm. Brady didn't have a good team whenever he first started.
Yeah, huh?
He just had a good O-line.
And Ben and Mahomes, actually, fun fact, both on their second seasons, they had a Super Bowl win.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tom Brady can't get that.
But Brady's proven that he's the best quarterback in the NFL ever, and you can't say anything about that, even if he's supposed to have a good line, because every team is supposed to have a good line, realistically. If you think about it, they're supposed to protect your quarterback.
How about Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning had a good, he had a really good line.
All right, I think that's going to be our podcast today. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.